And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered in multiple ways. Alrighty, today's a big old Wednesday. We're going to be breaking down the NBA from last night, doing our money maker. And then we're not doing a new NFL draft prospect today, unfortunately. We are going to kind of look back at Justin Fields. Alrighty, quarterback from Ohio State is looking to be pretty solid out here. I would probably say the second best quarterback in this year's draft. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be a surefire home run just because we've been kind of seeing him play at like a high level in college for the last kind of 3 seasons. Justin Fields is probably, he probably will pan out. There is kind of a lot of, he's not going to work, he is going to work, he's not going to work, he's not going to work, he is going to work in the media. I'm kind of not 100, I'm really kind of 50-50 on him. I mean, he has the yards, he has the stats, he has the throws, but in those clutch games, those biggest red flags that we have on Justin Fields is in the biggest game, the bowl games. We're talking national championship games. He doesn't step up all the time. We see a lot of interceptions, lowest completion percentage that he's ever had. We're talking like 51 against Alabama, like really not good. So, I mean, it is one thing to like succeed in this league, but at the end of the day, what are we chasing? We're chasing Super Bowl wins, championship wins, and I know it's tough to kind of put that much pressure on a rookie coming in his first year, but at the end of the day, I mean, that's what we're all building for. That's why we're drafting you, because we think that you can help our team get to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, if you're going to draft a quarterback in this year's draft, you think that this quarterback can help you win games and help you get to that Super Bowl, and if you get there, can they cash in? So we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive on Justin Fields today. We're going to be looking at those 2 games against Northwestern this season in the Big Ten Championship and against Alabama, his 2 worst games of this season. We've got every single throw queued up from those games, and we'll see if he kind of wins us over a little bit, pushes the needle, tipping past 50, under 50, buying, not buying, selling. So we'll see what happens there. So we'll look at Justin Fields a little bit again today and see how we're feeling about him. Alrighty, but let's just jump right into it with the stories of the day. And this one, man, oh man, this one just broke, and I was about to go wild. But I had to save it for the show. So here we go. Nick Sirianni, the new head coach for the Eagles, will not name Jalen Hurts as the Eagles starting quarterback. What? You're not going to name Jalen Hurts as the starting quarterback? Why not? You just got rid of Carson Wentz. He was your starter at the end of last season, looking pretty gosh darn good. So let's see what the quote says here. Quote, to name a starter at this particular time, ... We've been working with these guys for 2 days. Yes, you've been working with the guys for 2 days, but Jalen Hurts is the guy. I mean, he is the guy. What's the other guy you've got? Joe Flacco? Come on, don't you dare ever say that Joe Flacco could potentially win a starting job anymore. No. He had his chance last season with the Jets. It did not work, and I don't want to hear, oh, we didn't win games with the Jets because the Jets are trash. I don't care. Joe Flacco is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He should be able to elevate a bad team to some wins. No, if you've won the big game, if you are the greatest quarterback in one season, why can you still not get it done? He got a big contract. The Ravens gave him $100 million for winning that Super Bowl, but, he can't elevate his play for this Jets team and get even one win. He went 0-4 with the Jets this season, folks. 50% completion percentage. Trash. Like 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Trash. So I get Jalen Hurts is going into his second year, and, he only has like 5 games, like 5, 6, 7 games under his belt. I get all of that, but when we're looking at his competition right now on the field, it's Joe Flacco. I don't care. I don't need to see Joe Flacco work out. He will not do anything that Jalen Hurts cannot do. Jalen Hurts is 1,000 times better than Joe Flacco right now. I do not care. I have no problem saying that. So I'm a little disappointed in Nick Sirianni here. How could you not definitively say Jalen Hurts is a starting quarterback. If he does say that he wants competition at every position, and that's fine. I get it, but come on, Joe Flacco has a chance to get the starting job over Jalen Hurts. I'm not buying it. I would absolutely hate it. I would not respect Nick Sirianni for the rest of his career. I wouldn't even watch any Eagles football. I'm over it. I'm big on Jalen Hurts, folks. We loved it. We loved it. What we saw from him last year, breaking him down every week, seeing what he can do, and we were impressed. Rookie Jalen Hurts looking real good. So, little disappointed in this story that there's even like a small percent chance in Sirianni's mind that Joe Flacco can be the main man here for Philadelphia. I think it's a little disrespectful. I think it's atrocious to even say that, and like I said, it's truly disrespectful to Jalen Hurts not to name this man the starter right away. What kind of led to Carson Wentz not working out here in Philadelphia? Yes, the injuries, but also Philadelphia just kind of being like, all right, yeah, you're our guy. And that would be it. They'd be like, Carson Wentz would be like, should I feel like I'm like the face of the franchise here? Should I feel comfortable having like the starting quarterback job here? And like the Eagles were like, yeah. And then they would not look that man in the eye. They'd be like, yeah, whatever you say. So, I mean, that was kind of a reason why Carson Wentz really kind of, left and really didn't work out last season with the Eagles, because he was never, the guy. He was never praised as a franchise quarterback. I mean, the Seahawks praised Russell Wilson, not so much this season. I mean, we've seen a lot of offseason mess with this team, but I mean, all of his seasons there, they're always praising him. Tom Brady kind of got praised in Philadelphia, or got praised in New England, maybe a little not enough, really, by Bill Belichick and company of all that he done. But the Packers all kind of, elevate Aaron Rodgers, all of this, and Carson Wentz, they were like, oh, yeah, Nick Foles, you see that statue out in front? He won us the ring. So, I mean, Jalen Hurts, man, I don't think he's going to take it, as true disrespect, but I mean, that kind of, this kind of, saying, yeah, I mean, Joe Flacco still has the shot, and we want everything to be a competition, and nobody, is a true starter in this team. Nobody's a starter. You have to earn your start every single day. Okay, yeah, we get it, but I mean, this is the quarterback we're talking about. You can go ahead and say, the quarterback is the guy. He has to go and lead everything on the field. So it's not like you can have like 2 or 3 guys, every single day rotation at the quarterback position. I mean, that doesn't happen because it does not work out. That's why it doesn't happen, folks. So I would just say Jalen Hurts is a starter. I don't think there's any downfall. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he's already, we just saw the quote yesterday that he doesn't leave the facility. He's always there. So it's not like he's going to be like, oh, I got the starting job. Well, now I can take some days off, or, I can not go as hard. Like, we've already seen him not do that. So I would not expect him to do that. So I don't like it. That's all I'm saying. I would just say that Jalen Hurts is a starter, because Joe Flacco would never start on my football team ever, 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 ever. Alrighty, let's move on. And man, oh man, Patrick Mahomes, I think you're getting a little bit too Smurfy out here, maybe biting off a little bit more than you can chew out here. So let's talk about it. We get the original tweet here. The Kansas City Royals tweets out, the baseball team tweets out, sometimes words speak louder than actions. And there's a Kansas City Royals player saying Patrick Mahomes is the best. And then Tom Brady has something to say about that. He says, nah, I think actions always speak louder than words, with a winky face emoji, taking a little subtle jab at Patrick Mahomes, being like, hang on, my actions just, won me a ring and I beat you. So y'all can have the words. I've got the actions and the rings. You see all these rings? Actions. 7 rings. Actions. You understand me? You understand me, young goats, young bloods? I'm Tom Brady. Y'all gather around this little old, Tom Brady story time out here. There once was a quarterback in the NFL who went 7th round. There once was a quarterback. Like 80 years from now, Tom Brady. There once was a quarterback in this league that was drafted 7th round, and he ended up turning that 7th round draft pick into 7 goddamn rings. And he holds up both the hands, and they're just filled, gleaming, and everyone's like staring in wonder, like, wow, he's the guy from the story he's talking about. Oh my goodness. So Tom Brady says, nah, I think actions speak louder than words. And then Patrick Mahomes, ooh, I don't know, man. Don't come for the GOAT. Everything bad happens when you come for GOATs like this. So Patrick Mahomes sees that tweet of Tom Brady saying, nah, I think actions speak louder than words. And he says, I guess we will see in 20 years, ... Shrugging emoji, sunglass emoji. Alrighty, Patrick Mahomes going against the GOAT, talking ill about the GOAT is never a good thing. I mean, on our show during the NFL season in the playoffs, I mean, we said that Tom Brady was going to lose against the Saints, and then we said he was going to lose against the Packers, and then we said he was going to lose against you in the Super Bowl. So we went against the GOAT 3 straight times. He ends up with another ring, folks. You cannot badmouth the GOAT. Whatever you say bad about the GOAT, it just fuels his fire even more, folks. And at some point over freaking 20 years, you would think like the fire cannot grow any stronger with our words on this man, but it still does, because this man still won another ring, and beat out legacies. He beat out legacies to get it. He beat Drew Brees. He beat Aaron Rodgers. He ran the gauntlet, folks. I mean, he had to start out with Taylor Heineke. Come on. Give him the gauntlet there. So Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, that's a gosh darn good gauntlet to run for a freaking ring, folks, especially when you're freaking 42 years old out here. So I don't think it's smart, Patty. I don't think it's smart. He's already got you beat head-to-head twice. You've never beaten him head-to-head in a playoff game. He beat you at the AFC Championship game with the Patriots, and then he just beat you in the Super Bowl. So even in 20 years, he has the head-to-head, even when you were in your prime. Well, yeah, kind of in your prime. Yeah, you were in your prime. Tom Brady's not in his prime, and he beat you head-to-head. So I don't think this is what you should be saying, Patrick Mahomes. You just have to be a little silent out there. Try to potentially rematch him in the Super Bowl. Try to get that win, and then maybe once he's retired, then you can go, talking that he can't hurt you anymore now that he's out of the league. But talking ill about the GOAT, even this little Smurfy jab out here, I guess we'll see in 20 years. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have to win 7 rings. You have to win 7 rings, and then even when you're tied at rings, he's going to have the upper hand because he's beat you head-to-head twice. Tom Brady, man, he's saying whatever he wants now, and it's just absolutely glorious to see somebody that's achieved the highest in sports, a title time and time again, more than any other quarterback has in this league. And then he goes out there and he's still playing and he's talking ish, and he won a ring, his first transfer of a year, and still is talking. I love it. I mean, we are seeing all these jabs. We saw how wasted he got on that boat parade when they won. I mean, he doesn't care anymore, folks. He's just tweeting. He's taking shots at everybody because nobody can touch this man. His legacy is almost untouchable at this moment, folks. So we'll see what Patrick Mahomes can do in 20 years. But like I said, Tom Brady's always going to have that head-to-head. I beat you in the AFC Championship game. Then I switched divisions. I saw you at the Super Bowl, and I beat your ass there head-to-head. What's up? 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 Damn. Woof. Tom Brady, man. Gosh darn. He's great. He's absolutely great. That's all you can say about the man. Alrighty, let's move on here. Alright, I don't know if everybody's just kind of like replicate what Derrick Henry's doing in the lab to kind of get right for the season, but we get Alvin Kamara a little video of his workouts here, once again on the medicine ball, not doing push-ups, doing kind of like, I don't know, like crawling, like a little bit of a body extension, crawling on some kind of bands. So kind of like what Derrick Henry did, the push-ups on the bands. He's kind of, laddering on the bands, if that's what you want to call it. But once again, I mean, we just see the sheer difference in just body type between Derrick Henry and all these other athletes doing the same workout. I mean, just look at how shaky he is. And I know he is crawling on these bands, and they do seem like they are giving out a little bit more than what Derrick Henry was doing. But still, Derrick Henry was solid as a rock doing down balancing. And these guys are all still kind of, shaking a little bit. It's minimal shaking here for Alvin Kamara, but man, oh man, Derrick Henry's getting it done. Alvin Kamara's getting it done. I mean, these running back folks, man, oh man, I could not imagine what it must feel like to get kind of trucked by one of them, or kind of, the stiff arm. We just saw the Josh Norman getting stiff armed by Derrick Henry this season, and it looked like an absolute murder out there. So these running backs truly are just freakish specimens of athletic talent out here, and I'm all about it. Don't get me wrong, I love seeing tape like this. I love seeing these workouts, but Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, watch out for them. We know Derrick Henry is going to be great this year. Alvin Kamara, working out like Derrick Henry does, so expect some deadly things for Alvin Kamara getting right. Could you imagine a freaking more physically dominant Alvin Kamara? Because we know he's a little bit more shifty. He's more of a shiftier player than Derrick Henry, who's more just kind of beef up. But yeah, I mean, Alvin Kamara getting right in the gym. Watch out for this man. And obviously, you got to watch out for King Daddy Derrick Henry out here, who is showing all these athletes how to do it, how to get right in the gym. Alrighty, new story here about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow trusts the Bengals to, quote, make the best pick between Ja'Marr Chase, Penei Sewell, and Kyle Pitts here. So, just kind of, let's get some more insight here on the Bengals drafts. Joe Burrow just basically saying, I trust the organization to do what they do and do their jobs and pick the best players. He also says that, they're pretty much in a good spot, that they can really kind of do whatever they need because they got kind of, they shorted themselves up in free agency a little bit. And they can kind of take this pick as kind of a little bit of a luxury pick. So when we're kind of seeing what the Bengals are going to do, we're kind of seeing that they're going to take a weapon here. We know, we just heard from a couple of days ago when we talked about it, that the Bengals, they're like, hey, we can get linemen in the second round. We don't really need, there's lineman depth in this draft, according to the Bengals. So there's really no rush to get them. So watch out for this Bengals team at the 5th overall pick to go out and probably get either a wide receiver or a tight end to make it easy for Joe Burrow out here, and then to shore up their line kind of later in the draft. So yeah, the Bengals, mark this down on your mock drafts, or if you're seeing a mock draft that has the Bengals taking an offensive lineman at number 5, that's not gonna happen, folks. I'll guarantee you. I'm about 99% certain right now that the Bengals are gonna take a wide receiver or Kyle Pitts at number 5. Hopefully not kind of screwing up the Dolphins' plans, because if the Bengals take Devontae Smith at number 6, I'm absolutely devastated, and then I hate Brian Flores for trading out of that number 3 pick, because we would have been 1,000% guaranteed to get Devontae Smith. So we'll see if the Bengals are more interested in Ja'Marr Chase or Devontae Smith here, because they will be taking a weapon for Joe Burrow, whether that's going to be a wide receiver or Kyle Pitts at the tight end position. But yeah, the Bengals are like, hey, we have to get some help for this man, and hopefully the Dolphins are doing the same thing at number 6, helping out Tua. So Joe Burrow trusting the Bengals make the right pick, and you don't have to worry about them taking Penei Sewell at number 5. Alrighty, let's move on to really, it's a real tough story, man. But here we go. We didn't talk about it yesterday, unfortunately. Jordan Reed, he did retiring from the NFL. Tight end, played 7 seasons, mostly all for Washington. I think he just played with the 49ers last season. But he ended up retiring. Not great. He's a solid tight end, not at, the kind of height and kind of, of like a George Kittle or Travis Kelce or even Rob Gronkowski. Never close to 1,000-yard receiving, always kind of about 400. I think he maxed out, honestly, at like 400 yards. I don't think he ever got anything more about that, but always a solid blocking tight end. Always got it done. Always kind of clutch when you needed him to be kind of down in the red zone as well. So good career for the man. Absolutely. Unfortunately, cut short a little bit here, and now we see why he retired early in this league at 7 years. So here we go. 7 years, obviously, longer than, the average, but, being kind of, a star in this league. And Jordan Reed was kind of, a little bit of a star at the tight end, probably tier 3 tight end, maybe tier 2 if you want to put him in there. But Jordan Reed told this guy who reported it on Twitter that he visited a plasticity center for a brain scan, and it was recommended he retire. Quote, I had some lingering effects and sought out professional help to get diagnosed. They told me it was not a good idea to keep playing. I agreed with them. I mean, folks, CTE is the biggest factor in the NFL, folks. I mean, we do not even know the tip of the iceberg on CTE research, because there's a 1,000%, well, I can't say 1,000, I guess. There's a very, in my opinion, there's a very high chance that the league is kind of covering it all up. And I mean, because if true CTE research got out, it would kind of ruin the NFL. I mean, there would be the parents would not be signing their children up for football to begin with. So then, I mean, there's no athletes to be had at that time. So truly unfortunate here by Jordan Reed. He saw, he had his brain, checked out. He went for a brain scan, and they're like, yeah, we are definitely seeing not good things here in this big old noggin of yours. You need to retire. And Jordan Reed's probably like, hang on, what do you mean I need to retire? How bad is it? And then they show him, he's like, oh, okay, yes, I will retire. So truly not the way you want to go out, man. And, that it's just scary, man. We see what happens with CTE. We know Aaron Hernandez. I mean, he killed himself in prison. Now, was that CTE or because he, killed somebody else? We know some lingering effects. Saying that, he didn't do anything with his head. I think it was, he hung himself. He must have hung himself in prison. But that's why he did it that way, because he wanted his brain to be used for science. We see this in like all these NFL player suicides. They shoot themselves in the chest because they want to preserve the brain for research. So truly, truly super unfortunate here by Jordan Reed here. Kind of saw a glimpse of, hey, if you keep playing, your brain is going to be mush, and it's going to be almost you're not even going to be a person at that point if you keep playing. So he ends up having to kind of not play anymore because of that brain issue, and it's definitely a big old factor of every single NFL player that is currently playing, will play, has played. So it's a tough one, man. But that's why you get paid so much money for it. Huge risks, huge reward, and that's why players' careers are like 3 seasons. 3 years is like an average NFL career, just because of how dangerous the game actually is. So prayers up for Jordan Reed. Hopefully it's not too late. He hasn't kind of crossed that point of no return, hopefully, but he is no longer in the NFL. Alrighty, and we get to Devontae Smith, like official measurements here. And we've been hearing a lot about, lightweight wide receivers recently. We hear, a lot of people in the media saying, oh my God, you're so light. I mean, you're never going to be anything in the NFL at this kind of skinny. You're not kind of solid enough to kind of get it done out there. But then we heard, Chad Johnson on Twitter saying, hey, weight has literally nothing to do with the wide receiver position. So I think I'm going to go with what Chad Johnson says a little bit more than what is everybody else is saying in the media. So wide receiver Devontae Smith officially measured in at 6 feet tall, 166 pounds. Definitely looking a little light for an NFL athlete. But hey, if Chad Johnson has no problem with it, I've got no problem with it, and the Dolphins better be taking this man. I mean, his number is 6. We have the 6th pick. I mean, folks, come on, can you not? I mean, it's scripted right in front of us. I mean, this is how we know we're in a simulation, right? Number 6, the 6th pick. 6. I mean, come on, folks. It's written out for us. We don't need to do that much thinking about it. Dolphins, Devontae Smith, number 6 overall pick. There it is. Go get the man. Don't worry about only being 166 pounds. Once again, there it is. 66. Number 6, 6th round pick, 6'6", 66 pounds. There it is, folks. It's right there. Bet everything you have on the Dolphins taking Devontae Smith. There it is. It's right there. So yeah, I'm not really worried about his size at all. I'm truly not. He's a great talent. He can get wide open. I mean, we've been hearing all last season of these great wide receivers that can just kind of get off the line quick by just their feet. Stephon Diggs, Devontae Smith from Green Bay. I mean, we hear about what they do at the footwork, winning the line of scrimmage instantly after their first step. So why are we worried about their weight? This Heisman winner, Devontae Smith, is going to win off of his feet. We've seen him do it time and time again. He can win instantly by his first step off the line of scrimmage. So I've got no problem with him only being 166 pounds, truly. So go get that man at number 6. Alrighty, Adrian Peterson, he remains steadfast in his desire to continue playing. Quote, I'm looking for a contender. Alrighty, love that. Adrian Peterson, these last 3 seasons, he hasn't missed a game. Well, he's missed 1 game out of the last 3 seasons. So, yes, he's, getting up there in age. An aging running back is definitely nothing, that you are, like, looking for in this league. But he still wants to play, still gets some solid production here for the Lions. Let's see what he did in these last 3 seasons here. 2018, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. 2019, 889 yards, 5 touchdowns. And then just last season, 604 yards, but still 7 touchdowns. So still getting it done when they need to. We know that the Lions just got DeAndre Swift last year, so they were kind of looking to break in their rookie back a little bit. So, less touches for Adrian Peterson last year. But he's still getting solid production for being, how old is this man? 34? 36. Oh my God, 36. Gosh dang. He just turned 36 31 days ago. Gosh darn, I thought he was like 34. But yeah, I mean, he could definitely still get it done. The yards, the production is still there. Definitely, we're seeing this kind of running back by committee get it done in this league just last season. So absolutely can be, that kind of veteran back there, teaching maybe some young guys that you have on your roster, or just kind of being that other back, that second back, that third back in rotation. We've just seen him still scoring 7 touchdowns last season. Pretty gosh darn good. So let's see what he's saying out here in some of these quotes. So here we go. Quote, I'm looking for a contender, Peterson said. Quote, I'm looking for a team that's built to go and chase a championship. That's my ultimate goal, and I feel like I can really help to contribute in accomplishing that. A team with a good quarterback, a good defense, and some playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. For me to be able to get into that type of situation would be perfect. Alrighty. So definitely want to kind of go to a win now team, obviously what we've just heard from this man. So let's just quickly go around the league and see where this man could potentially fit in. Got to be a winner now. So let's see what we get. First team up, the Seahawks definitely win now and could potentially be a pretty good solid back for them. We just heard Chris Carson the other day saying that him and Rashad Penny were going to be this dual threat, to be noticed in this league. I don't think so. Chris Carson's pretty solid. Rashad Penny hasn't proven himself yet, but you bring Adrian Peterson into kind of a 3-back rotation like the Ravens had last season. I'm all about that, absolutely. So potential landing spot with the Seahawks here could probably get him pretty cheap as well. Another veteran on this team. I'm all about it. The Rams could definitely probably use him as well. Running back by committee. I'm blanking on who they have. They do have somebody good that we are kind of decently big on. Let's quickly see what we get here. Can we find them quickly? And they are kind of, Super Bowl contenders. They just brought in Matt Stafford, Darrell Henderson, that's one of their running backs that they got. So, I mean, come to, the Rams to be, that nice kind of veteran presence. That definitely could work there as well. The Arizona Cardinals probably have too many pieces on that team, but we just saw them get another running back as well. The 49ers probably not the championship contenders. We'll see what they're going to do with their quarterback at number 3, see who they choose. The Saints, maybe a little bit of not contenders because they're kind of in this limbo without Drew Brees now. So Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston, we'll see kind of how they do. Tampa Bay Buccaneers could obviously be a big fit for him. We just saw like literally every superstar go there last season. So why not go and team up with Tom Brady and get a ring? Panthers, not contenders. Falcons, not contenders. Washington, not contenders. Giants, not contenders. Cowboys, not really contenders. Philadelphia, not contenders. Packers definitely can go there. They still got Aaron Jones. They just re-signed him. I don't think they really would be in the market for Adrian Peterson, but we'll see what they do there. Bears, not contenders. Vikings, not contenders. Lions, not contenders. Titans, well, they are kind of, but they got Derrick Henry already. We'll see if they bring in Adrian Peterson. I think Adrian Peterson would probably want a little bit of a more of a workload than he would get there in Tennessee, just because they go with Derrick Henry time and time again. First, second, third down, fourth down, and next series, first, second, third down, fourth down if they need him again. Colts are definitely, championship contenders in my opinion, but they've got 3 running backs already. Marlon Mack, Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines. I mean, they don't need Adrian Peterson, unfortunately. Texans, I mean, definitely can't go there. Definitely do not go there. They already brought in another running back as well this free agent period, but can't go there with this Deshaun Watson mess. Jacksonville, not contenders. Bills are contenders. They got Devin Singletary. Maybe bring in Adrian Peterson to back him up. That would be a pretty good fit. Adrian Peterson in Buffalo. He wasn't in Buffalo before, correct? He didn't spend 1 year there? Correct. All right, let's just keep going here very quickly. Dolphins contenders, but we're not going to get them. Patriots not contenders. Jets not contenders. Pittsburgh, I don't know if they're contenders. They're playoff contenders. I don't know about Super Bowl contenders, but they definitely are in the market for a running back. So maybe, old Big Ben, older Adrian Peterson work together, get it done. I don't see it happening, but potentially. The Ravens, I mean, he could go to the Ravens. They just lost Mark Ingram. That's solid production there. Maybe they bring in Adrian Peterson to fill that kind of veteran running back role, still rocking with J.K. Dobbins as well. So I would say that's a pretty decent fit. Truly contenders as well for championship. Browns really are contenders. They did make it far last year, but let's see what they do. And they also already have 2 good running backs. They really don't need Adrian Peterson. They got Kareem Hunt. They've got Nick Chubb. They don't really need him. The Bengals, not championship contenders. The Chiefs are championship contenders. They have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Do they still have LaShawn McCoy, too? So, potential there if they kind of move off of him, bring in Adrian Peterson. So, potential there. Raiders, not championship contenders. Chargers, not contenders. And Broncos. So, I'd probably say the Steelers, if he kind of wants to go to maybe a little bit of a contender out there, go to the Steelers. He could probably be their main back, honestly, if he wants to be their feature back, because the Steelers still have no good running back over there. The Ravens, if he wants to get into that rotation, that's a pretty good fit for him. The Bills, another great fit, kind of being that second back to Devin Singletary. So, yeah, there's options for this man out here. So, definitely he'll probably get signed after the draft, after, we see what our teams did. And now, if we didn't get a running back in the draft, we can still get this nice veteran Adrian Peterson out here that still gives solid production. So, still some places for this man to play in the NFL, truly. Alrighty. We know that Drew Brees has officially retired this season for the Saints, and Sean Payton still says, hey, post-Drew Brees era approach is still the same. So let's go a little bit deeper into this quote, this article here, and see what this man is saying, if he's saying anything good here. So, though New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton was on the links Tuesday for a charity golf event, the onus turned into an upcoming season for his team that will be unlike any in the previous 15 years. Following Drew Brees' retirement announcement in March, a new era has started for the Saints. Though it's clear the franchise will be altered immensely with a future Hall of Famer having hung up his cleats, Payton, speaking to reporters Tuesday, painted a picture of things remaining tantamount. Quote, the approach is still the same, Payton said. Quote, we've got a good core group of young, talented players that have won a lot of games, that have experienced the taste of the postseason. I think you build your team around that, and yeah, absolutely. I mean, this team is basically the same with last season to this season, just besides Drew Brees. They've had Taysom Hill, who has played with Drew Brees multiple seasons. They have Jameis Winston, who just kind of learned under Drew Brees last season, and we saw kind of Jameis Winston giving that speech yesterday on the show, doing decent kind of leadership to younger guys. Don't really know how he would kind of do with his own peers in game day settings still, but we see him kind of getting better. I would definitely say that he's learned at least something, at least a little something already from Drew Brees. So they have this core group. The receivers are all pretty much the same. They still got Alvin Kamara. We still got to give credit to Sean Payton for all the same success over the last 15 years. Whatever success you gave Drew Brees, still got to give the kind of probably the same amount to Sean Payton as well. Kind of like that Brady-Belichick kind of relationship, the same. So we got a good core group of young, talented players that have won a lot of games and have experienced the taste of the postseason. I think you build your team around that. Is there an elevated level of excitement? I think it's the same as a coach. You owe it to that roster to work hard and to put them in the best positions for success. So yeah, I mean, Sean Payton, I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be like, oh my God, yeah, no Drew Brees, let's overhaul everything. Business as usual. We know how to win. We've been winning. These guys know how to win because they've been under Drew Brees. So let's see if they can kind of all elevate up collectively. Let's see if anybody, Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston kind of rises up to the role of kind of a great true leader, a great talent out there, a great arm, great decision making, winning for your team, putting winning above all else, breaking down great huddles, getting everybody into the game. So let's see who goes out there and wins the quarterback competition, and then we can start talking about how well they're going to kind of do in the transition of no Drew Brees there. But according to Sean Payton, the approach is still the same. Alrighty, those are all the NFL stories. Let's switch over to the NBA for the last 3 stories here. Alrighty, Kevin Durant got a little caught yesterday on Twitter. Shout out to this guy I follow on here for pointing this out, but Kevin Durant got caught liking a tweet slandering Steph Curry. I don't like that. I mean, Kevin Durant joined that man. Now, did Kevin Durant, have a big role in winning that championship? Yeah, absolutely. But who created that dynasty? Who created that? Who was winning before Kevin Durant? Who was still winning with Kevin Durant? Who is decently winning without Kevin Durant, for everything, given on that Warriors team? So the original tweet was Kevin Durant was better than Steph Curry both those years. Everybody knows it, bro. Don't try and kid yourself. This motherfucker Curry needed another MVP and 3 All-Stars to get the job done. Trash ass. And then Kevin Durant liked that tweet. So another reason why Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving are just kind of annoying. They're just annoying people in general, honestly. I've got no problem with what they do on the court. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. Kevin Durant could potentially be the greatest of all time if he wasn't, injured every other freaking day in this league. And Kyrie Irving could, be a great number 2 and, would have had a long dynasty with the Cavs if he was staying with LeBron. But, that never worked out because Kyrie Irving is not a good leader. And they're not a good leader on the floor. They're not a good leader off the floor, in my total opinion. And Kevin Durant out here slandering Steph Curry, and Steph Curry's done nothing against Kevin Durant. He's always praised Kevin Durant. He helped him kind of get over there to the Warriors. When Kevin Durant left, there was no bad blood between him and Steph Curry. It was all kind of, with Draymond Green, who kind of, was saying all the things that everybody else was thinking. So Kevin Durant liking slandering of Steph Curry. I cannot get behind that. Not at all. All right, here we go. And some bad news here. James Harden has experienced a little bit of a setback with his hamstring and will remain out indefinitely. So now we kind of really have to take James Harden out of the MVP race. I mean, he missed way too many games here down the stretch. Truly unfortunate. So I think, unfortunately, we are going to have to take James Harden out of our MVP race discussion. He's currently at -6 points. Keeps on getting -3 every time he's not out there. This setback on this hamstring injury going to keep him out. So truly unfortunate. So we do have to say goodbye to James Harden in our MVP race. We just deleted him off of our kind of our little document that we've got pulled up on all these points. So unfortunate, James Harden. He had a nice little stretch there being the MVP. He was getting it done for this Nets team, the true leader, sacrificing the points for the assists, still getting great efficiency in the points, being that kind of, true facilitator on the floor, because Kyrie Irving wants to be a number 1 and doesn't want to be a point guard. He just wants to be a shooter and be the reason why they win the game. So he went out and publicly delegated James Harden to the point guard position by tweeting, "This is why he's the point guard, blibbity blobbity bloop. I don't care." So James Harden, unfortunate for this man. Hopefully he can get back on this court, because this Nets team will not win a ring without James Harden. I will put the show on that. This Nets team, if James Harden is out indefinitely, if he can't get back for the playoffs, if anything bad happens to this man, this Nets team with just Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant will not win a ring. I will put the show on that. Alrighty, and then the last story, and I mean, with all these injuries, a little convenient or true given, this, short and tight and compressed NBA season. So, the Clippers, not good. Kawhi Leonard, he's going to be out for a little bit. Kawhi Leonard has been managing right foot soreness and will be reevaluated next week, so he's out for a little bit of time. Didn't play last night, and Paul George still able to kind of beat the Blazers on his own, so fantastic work there. But, I mean, Kawhi Leonard, the king of kind of load management. Oh, my foot soreness. Oh, it's so sore, coach. I can't. I think Kawhi Leonard saw, LeBron James saying, he's going to be out. basically for the rest of the regular season. James Harden being out basically for the rest of the regular season. Kawhi Leonard was like, I want to get in on that. My foot is sore, folks. Do y'all not understand? I have to be on my feet in the court, and my feet are sore. So I'm not going to be playing. So I'm not buying this Kawhi Leonard injury that much. But that's what he's saying out here. Foot soreness, going to be reevaluated next week. Going to be out for a little bit here. So don't expect Kawhi Leonard to probably play for the rest of the regular season, gearing up for the postseason run, which I respect a little bit. It's unfortunate, but, Kawhi Leonard, nothing to prove out here. He's got nothing to prove to nobody, so I'm all about that. But, yeah, Kawhi Leonard, don't expect him to be playing for the next couple of days. Alrighty, those are all the stories we needed to talk about today, so let's head over to the NBA. Only a couple of games on last night, so we can go through these a little quickly. We'll do our moneymaker for tonight's action, then we'll go look at Justin Fields. How is this man's looking to us now that we've had some time to kind of decompress here in our NFL draft prospect of the day, getting a little bit tighter here to the draft deadline, the draft day next week, 8 days out officially right now. So we'll see what he can do, and if we kind of have our minds changed, if this man is going to be real good in the league. So we'll take a look at Justin Fields a little bit later. But let's start here in the NBA. Like I said, only, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games on last night, so we can go through these quickly. So let's start here. Hawks and the Magic, and the Hawks get it done. Love it. 112-96 win over the Magic. We ended up staying away from this game in our moneymaker. I believe the spread was about Hawks minus 12. They win by 16, which is pretty good, but, still very close on the spread. So pretty good that we stayed away from it. But the Hawks did get it done. So Trae Young, Clint Capella, Bogdanovich all there. Lou Williams off the bench. Fantastic. So here we go. Let's start here with this Hawks team. Trae Young, 25 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds on 2 of 5 from 3. 43% overall from the field. Great night by Trae Young out there. Bogdanovich, a little bit of a light night. Not those 20-plus point games that he's been showing us, recently. But 14 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds on 37% shooting. 2 of 7 from 3. Not the greatest. But, hey, collectively, they were able to get it done. So we'll take it. Clint Capella steps it up big time, 14 points, 19 rebounds, 6 of those offensive, fantastic. John Collins, 11 points, 15 rebounds, got good defense as well, plus 10. And then Kevin Huerter out there, 15 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 of 8 from 3, 42% overall from the field. So overall, the starters were all going to get it done. And then off the bench, Lou Williams arrives, folks, finally. Probably his best game off the bench here for this Hawks team. 22 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds on 42% shooting from the field. 2 of 7 from 3, not the greatest, but hey, 22 points, second leading scorer for the squad, and that's what we need Lou Williams to do, kind of be this above average scorer off the bench, kind of like Jordan Clarkson does for that Jazz team, can get you, really 19 to 20 points every single night. We get Lou Williams with 22 last night. Fantastic work. Nobody else doing real good out here off the bench. We know Danilo Gallinari didn't go out and play, and another kind of great reason why Lou Williams had 22 points here. No Danilo Gallinari, so we can expect 10-plus points from Danilo Gallinari and Lou Williams. Lou Williams out there by himself off the bench, he puts up 22 points, picking up the slack of no Danilo Gallinari. So fantastic work here by this Hawks team, able to beat this Magic team. Fantastic work for the Hawks. I mean, I love it. Love this Hawks team. I think they could do decent if they make it to the playoffs, man. Currently, they are number 4th in the East, and if they have to face the Knicks, that's a first-round win for the Hawks. I'm giving it to them, man. And then, second round, let's just say, 1, 2, 3 win, 76ers, Nets, Bucks all win. And then they would have to face the 76ers. I would give them a decent chance to win. I think the 76ers have a little bit of a better bench than the Hawks do. But, Clint Capella versus Joel Embiid, it's going to be tough, but I think you can get it done for a couple of games and make it a competitive series. So truly don't sleep on this Hawks team, folks. Still glad that we kept them in the power rankings here at number 10, and I think come Friday we could potentially move them up a little bit. So very well done for the Hawks last night. Let's see what the Magic got. Anything good here by the starters? Cole Anthony led the team in scoring, along with Wendell Carter Jr. at the 5. But Cole Anthony, 17 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 of 6 from 3. Alrighty. Gary Harris is back in the starting lineup, or still in the starting lineup. 14 points in 27 minutes. Wendell Carter, 17 points, 9 rebounds. Chuma Okeke, 6 points on 30% shooting, not the greatest. And then Dwayne Bacon to round out the starters, 10 points, 3 rebounds on 33% shooting. So nothing great here on this Magic team. Like we know, they've got no superstar. They have no all-star. They have no even like above average player. Who's their best player? Gary Harris? Wendell Carter Jr. is getting it done. I mean, there's just no good player on this Magic team. That's why we don't really talk about them that much. That's why we never, ever bet them. And the Hawks get the nice win last night, 112-96 over them. Alrighty, the Knicks and the Hornets now. Let's move on to this one. The Knicks get the win. Fantastic. Nice little kind of 12-point win here. 109-97 for the Knicks over the Hornets. So very well done for this Knicks team. Hornets, a little unfortunate. I was kind of hoping a little bit that they would have won this game. Make it a little bit easier for kind of Lonzo Ball to get back and, them still, having decent positioning here in the playoffs. But they're still at the number 8th seed in the East, so not too bad overall. But let's start here with the Knicks first. Elfrid Payton, 7 points, 3 assists. R.J. Barrett, 24 points on 40% shooting, or 47% shooting in 6 of 11 from 3. Great work out there. Nerlens Noel still at the 5, 4 points, 11 rebounds. He's been getting it done on the defensive end. Nerlens Noel has really been showing out these last couple, probably ever since the trade deadline, obviously, and I'm all about it. Julius Randle, 16 points, 7 assists, 10 rebounds, a little light, 1 of 6 from 3, 31% overall from the field, but luckily they got some good bench production to kind of pick up the slack of Julius Randle's a little poor shooting performance last night. And then Reggie Bullock to round out the starters. He had those clutch shots 2 games ago to really kind of win the game for them. Reggie Bullock, 16 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 of 12 from 3. So pretty good night from him. Decent night by kind of the stars in the starting lineup. And that brings us down to the bench now. What do we get there? Taj Gibson, 6 points, 8 rebounds. He's been kind of, pretty gosh darn good out here. He's been kind of getting it done on the boards. 8 rebounds, 3rd most rebounds for the squad. Fantastic. Derrick Rose, 17 points, 5 assists in 25 minutes and 66% shooting. Fantastic work by Derrick Rose. He's continuing to get it done. And then we get Emmanuel Quickly, 17 points in 19 minutes off the bench. So they got some nice bench scores. The starters all got it done. The big names got it done. And the Knicks were able to squeak out the win. So fantastic work. Now let's go to the Hornets now. Anybody else stepping up here for this Hornets team? Here we go. Terry Rozier, 21 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 4 of 9 from 3. Pretty good game by that man. Devontae Graham, 9 points, 7 assists, 2 rebounds. He shot 30% from the field. I mean, they definitely need Devontae Graham to be a main scorer out here. This 9 points on 30% shooting, not able to get the job done. Vernon Carey only played 3 minutes in the starting 5. Jalen McDaniels, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And Miles Bridges to round out the starters, 15 points, 14 rebounds. Just unfortunately not able to kind of get it done collectively for the starting rotation. And then we get P.J. Washington off the bench, who was basically the starting center. 26 points, 3 rebounds. Just, good for being off the bench, but basically a starter playing 35 minutes. So nothing else good off the bench. Cody Zeller, 6 points, 2 rebounds in only 12 minutes. So unfortunate for this Hornets team. Definitely need LaMelo Ball back as soon as possible. And as when they get him back, they may be able to start to win games a little bit more consistently. Still need kind of Gordon Hayward and Malik Monk still back too. But hey, let's get one back and then we can go from there. But Hornets lose last night, 109-97 over the Knicks. Alrighty, let's move on to the Nets and the Pelicans now, and Kyrie Irving getting it done all by himself, folks. Yes, sir, he hit a clutch shot at the end of the game. Fantastic to really kind of ice the game, put it up, put the lead a little bit out of the hands of the Pelicans a little bit. So well done to the Nets here. Nice little 5-point win, winning 134-129 over the Pelicans. So let's start here with the Nets. Kyrie Irving, 32 points, 8 assists. He shot 3 of 7 from 3 and 63% overall from the field. So fantastic work there. Landry Shamet in the starting lineup at the 2. 18 points, 8 assists. Alrighty, great game. DeAndre Jordan, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Jeff Green, 15 points, 9 assists. or 6 assists, 9 rebounds on 35% shooting. Alrighty, 1 of 6 from 3, could have been a little bit better. And then we get Joe Harris back at it. Yes, sir. Kyrie Irving making Joe Harris work. That's what we're talking about. Great overall game by Kyrie Irving. We got to give it up for him. Clutch, 32 points, led the team in scoring, led the team in assists. And Joe Harris, you know, he needs to be good. He needs to kind of be the other main scorer out there when you don't have Kevin Durant and James Harden. So well done for Kyrie Irving getting Joe Harris involved into the offense here. So Joe Harris had 24 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 of 6 from 3, and he also shot 62% from the field. So Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris got it done off this bench. They were able to get it done as well. Love that Blake Griffin is still coming off the bench. I don't like that man in the starting lineup. So very well done here. Blake Griffin coming off the bench, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Once again, he's still taking a lot of threes. 5 3-pointers taken by Blake Griffin. He made 1 of them. Like he averages 2 of 6. When he takes 6 threes, he's like 2 of 6 for 3. He's like a 33% or 20%, 30%, however you really want to kind of mark him out there. So would like him to kind of tone down the threes just a little bit. Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, 10 points. We'll take that. You know, double-digit point makers off the bench. That's what we're looking for out here. That's what winning teams have, multiple 10-plus point a night off the bench on any given night. So TLC will take that by him. And then Bruce Brown getting it done as well. Once again, why this team is so deep. They got Bruce Brown off the bench. I can't believe it. 11 points, 11 assists, 4 steals, 11 rebounds. Not 11 assists, my bad. But Bruce Brown playing 25 minutes, shot 75%, 11 rebounds, 11 points. Yes, sir. So great game all around. Missing Kevin Durant, missing James Harden, missing Tyler Johnson, missing Nicholas Claxton off the bench. I mean, folks, they got it done. So well done to that Nets team. And another loss, Lonzo Ball losing again. 3 games by Lonzo Ball back in the starting lineup for the Pelicans in 3 straight losses. I mean, I get it's against the Nets, but still, are we ever going to beat any of the good teams? All right, so let's start here with the Pelicans and Lonzo Ball. 15 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. He shot 3 of 6 from 3, 54% overall from the field. So just a decent night by him. I mean, he just, you know, doesn't win. I don't know why he doesn't win consistently on any team that he's on. Eric Bledsoe still playing kind of trash out here. 6 points, 3 assists. He was a minus 11 on the floor, the worst plus-minus for this Pelicans team. Steven Adams, 7 points, 5 rebounds. Zion Williamson, 33 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds on 73% shooting. I mean, this man is an absolute monster, y'all. He is in his 2nd year playing down low at the 4, and he's shooting like 60% every single freaking night. It's truly wild. So fantastic work by Zion Williamson. We got to give that man so much credit. Brandon Ingram, 27 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He got it done as well. Off the bench, anything good out there? Najee Marshall, 15 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. Oh, Najee Marshall getting it done. Very well done. And then Kiara Lewis, 11 points, 4 assists off the bench. Jackson Hayes only playing 9 minutes, 2 points, 3 rebounds. So a little unfortunate here by this Pelicans team. They just don't have the firepower that the Nets do. Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris, Landry Shamet, Bruce Brown, TLC, now even Blake Griffin, Jeff Green as well. Landry Shamet, did I mention him? I mean, they just don't have the shooters. You got Brandon Ingram, you got Zion Williamson, you don't have Bledsoe, you really don't have Lonzo, and that's really it. So, unfortunate there by the Pelicans losing, but well done for Kyrie Irving for getting the win. Alrighty, then we go to the Clippers and the Blazers, and no, another freaking loss here by the Blazers, a close one, man, oh man. CJ McCollum had a chance at the game winner mid-range jumper as time expired, unfortunately could not get it to fall, and he's not as clutch as Damian Lillard, unfortunately, and I'm a little upset. Damian Lillard, I think, is good to go tonight because the Blazers are playing tonight. We'll get there when we get to our moneymaker, but I'm a little upset that Damian Lillard didn't go last night against the Clippers. This was a must-win game for them. Would have built their confidence up, would have kind of helped them kind of maintain their 6th spot in the seeding in the West, but man, oh man, another loss here by the Blazers, and it is killing me. So let's start here with the Clippers since they got the win. No Kawhi Leonard, and they're still able to get the win. Love it. Reggie Jackson had a little bit of a poor game as well. Usually we can kind of count on him scoring-wise, like 20-plus points over the last couple of games. But 9 points here, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, on only 33% shooting. He only took 9 shots. Terrence Mann back in the starting lineup here at the 2. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Nothing great there. Zubac still at the 5, 10 points, 6 rebounds. Marcus Morris, 16 points, 6 rebounds. And then Paul George led the team in scoring. He's been absolutely going nuts here ever since the trade deadline. So true shout out to Paul George over these last couple of games. 33 points, 3 assists, 11 rebounds. Didn't shoot well from 3, 2 of 8, but 59% overall, and the 33 points. We'll take that absolutely all day long. Now, they did get some good contributions from their bench as well. Rondo, 9 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds on 22 minutes off the bench. So, I mean, truly, Reggie Jackson and Rondo, they honestly don't need Patrick Beverley, and I honestly think Reggie Jackson plays a little bit better than Patrick Beverley does out there. So, Reggie Jackson's getting it done. Rondo's a great addition here from the trade deadline. Nicholas Batum getting 11 points, 3 rebounds off the bench. And then look at this, DeMarcus Cousins still playing very, very light minutes out here. Only 13 minutes for them, but 11 points, 6 rebounds. So we'll take that. And then Luke Kennard will shout him out as well, 7 points off the bench. So overall, collectively, the Clippers used basically everybody that they had to get it done. And hey, that's what they were able to do. So fantastic work by that Clippers team, winning without Kawhi Leonard, their star players. That's going to go deep. That's going to be huge for them later kind of in the playoffs, knowing that, they've got, some of these role players have, more experience under their belt, winning in crunch time situations. So we'll see what they're able to do here in the playoffs, but they got a nice little foundation set up. Everybody's getting consistent minutes now that, Kawhi Leonard's load management and all that, and, Patrick Beverley being out, and, their bigs kind of, Serge Ibaka being out. So everybody's getting solid play out here, and I think that's going to help them out when they have to go to somebody else. If everybody's locked up in the kind of starting lineup, nobody can have a good night. Who's going to be that person off the bench that gets it done and, kind of wins them the team, game 5, game 6 in a playoff series when, we, second round and, 5 games in, and he just has to call on somebody else. So I think it's going to kind of fare well for them. All these players getting solid kind of minutes, solid contribution with all these players being out, all the main players being out for the Clippers. Alrighty, let's go to the Blazers now. Truly unfortunate here by the Blazers team. Another loss, and can't trust them, and I want to buy into them so bad. I love Damian Lillard, but I think we have to kind of, we've been fading them. Unfortunately, we took the Clippers -7 last night. Unfortunately, they win by like 1 point. How many points? Yeah, 1 point they win by. Unfortunate, so. All right, but let's talk about this Blazers team now. CJ McCollum has to step up because no Damian Lillard. Norman Powell at the 2. Derrick Jones Jr. back in the starting lineup at the 3. Robert Covington at the 4. And Enes Kanter at the 5 because we said that Nurkic wasn't playing. So let's get right into it here. CJ McCollum, 28 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. He had the chance at the game winner. Does not fall. Just wasn't clutch. Norman Powell, 23 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound. He shot 3 of 10 from 3, 50% overall from the field. Enes Kanter, 9 points, 9 rebounds, and -5 on the floor. I mean, he shot 100% offensively. Fantastic. 4 shots. And he had 9 rebounds to go along with it, so a pretty decent night by Enes Kanter. Robert Covington, 5 points, 5 rebounds on 2 shots. And Derrick Jones Jr., 4 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds on 6 shots. Once again, not doing anything truly great out there. Good defense, solid defense, but that's really all that he brings to this team. And at the 3, we need some kind of point production from there, especially without Damian Lillard. Somebody else has to pick up the scoring production, and nobody else really does. We get Anthony Simons off the bench, 13 points, 3 steals. I mean, that was probably his best game of the entire year. He was also a +6 on the floor. And then Carmelo Anthony, 18 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, but on 27% shooting on 18 shots. Not good at all. And then Nasir Little kind of got it done a little bit here to kind of help out Enes Kanter a little bit. 7 points and 10 rebounds. So just overall, nobody stepped up the scoring. CJ McCollum didn't go for like 35 plus. Norman Powell didn't go for like 25, 30 plus. Derrick Jones Jr. never does anything good scoring the ball. So truly, man, this Blazers team, it's killing me that they keep on losing games. It truly is, but we'll see what they can do. It's kind of like they are kind of guaranteed a playoff spot. Well, not even anymore. I mean, the Mavericks are creeping up, man. They're only 2.5 games back. like a game and a half back. The Mavericks are really only a game and a half back here from that 6th seed. I mean, the Blazers are 3-7 in their last 10. It's truly unfortunate here. Now, they don't really, I mean, they still do, I guess, 3.5 games out from that 10th seed. So the Blazers, y'all need to start winning games. And until y'all do, man, it's killing me. It truly is. So Blazers, another loss here, another close loss, 113-112 over the Clippers. Alrighty, and then the last game of the night, the Timberwolves and the Kings. Karl-Anthony Towns is able to get the win there. Fantastic work. This was our moneymaker pick that we hit right. Timberwolves plus, what was it, like 3? We got them plus 3.5. Fantastic value there. They went outright 134-120 over the Kings. And man, oh man, finally, Timberwolves scoring the ball fantastically. Everybody getting it done. D'Angelo Russell still off the bench and still able to get the win. So let's talk about this Timberwolves team here. Ricky Rubio still at the starting point guard position. 6 points, 11 assists, 4 rebounds on 37% shooting, 0 of 3 from 3. So still facilitating the floor, plus 11 on the floor. Fantastic defense as well. Anthony Edwards, 28 points, 3 steals, 3 assists, 4 rebounds on 5 of 12 from 3. Not a bad night. Led the team in scoring. We'll take that. Karl-Anthony Towns, 26 points, 5 assists, 18 rebounds, 7 of those rebounds offensive, so magnificent work by him. Jaden McDaniels, 13.6 rebounds. Josh Okogie, 10 points, 3 rebounds. So really all the starters kind of all got it done. Ricky Rubio, a little bit of a lackluster night with only the 6 points, but we'll take those 11 assists all day. And then off the bench, D'Angelo Russell, 28 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds in 24 minutes, 6 of 8 from 3, and 76% overall from the field. So an absolutely incredible night by D'Angelo Russell. Led the team in scoring with Anthony Edwards, both at 28 points. So fantastic work. And then also let's shout out Naz Reid off the bench, 10 points, 4 rebounds. So fantastic overall work here. The main starters get it done. Karl-Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell off the bench. I like this Timberwolves team now, folks. It's just unfortunate, man. If they had this starting kind of team from the jump, nobody ever got injured, or nobody ever got COVID. I mean, we're talking, I think this Timberwolves team could have potentially been in, the play-in tournament. They could have easily, been up there with the 24 wins of the Wizards, the Bulls, the Pacers at 26 wins, the Hornets at 28 wins. They definitely could have been up there in that kind of group. Oh, hang on. I was looking at the East and the West. My fault. So let's go to the West. A little bit of a tougher kind of matchup here, trying to get to 28 wins with the Spurs. So would have decently been able to kind of compete with them. I mean, we see the Timberwolves already at 16 total wins. You're telling me if all those players were healthy, they couldn't get another 12 wins? I think they could have. So, great night by the Timberwolves last night, and we bet them. We knew it was going to happen. We love D'Angelo Russell on this squad now. Anthony Edwards, really consistent here as a rookie, so fantastic work. All right, let's go to the Kings now. Once again, just defense. They play no defense. Their offense, they put up 120 points, looking good, but their defense is just absolutely trash, and that's what we know. Bad coaching, bad defense. That's what they got. De'Aaron Fox, 14 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds on 2 of 4 from 3. Buddy Hield, 11 points, 4 rebounds on 3 of 11 from 3. I mean, they didn't even shoot well. 29% from the field for De'Aaron Fox, 27% by Buddy Hield. Not great at all. Hassan Whiteside, 12 points, 7 rebounds. Maurice Harkless, 20.7 rebounds. Harrison Barnes, 20 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds. Off the bench, they got some nice contributions out here. Tyrese Halliburton, 7 points, 9 assists. Pretty decent. Didn't shoot efficient, 2 of 10, 20% from the field. But I'll take those 9 assists. Led the team in assists. Fantastic. Chimezi Metu, 16 points off the bench, 4 rebounds. Yes, sir, in 16 minutes. Well done. And then Delon Wright, 14 points, 5 assists off the bench. So overall, just couldn't keep up scoring-wise. And the Timberwolves win. So, Kings, trash. We know this. Alrighty, let's go to the NBA for tonight. Let's see what we've got on tap today. Any nationally televised games, and then we'll do our money maker. Alrighty. Let's see what we get here for the ins and out. All right, well, let's go over the games first. We got to go over that first. All right, so here we go. That's what we got tonight in the NBA. Bulls, Cavs. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. Thunder, Pacers. Suns, 76ers on NBA TV. No nationally televised game, I don't think. Unfortunate. But, yeah, that's going to be a good one. Suns, 76ers, another kind of big old matchup for the Suns team. Let's see if they can get it done. Nets, Raptors, Warriors, Wizards, Hawks, Knicks, Jazz, Rockets, Pistons, Mavericks, Heat, Spurs, Grizzlies, Clippers, Nuggets, Blazers, hey, another tough game. You better win this one. And then the Timberwolves and the Kings again tonight. Interesting. Alrighty, so let's go to our moneymaker here. Let's get these lines up to date and let's find the value, folks. Find the value. Alrighty, first game up. We've got Warriors, Wizards. Warriors -2, Wizards +2. Let's see who's in and out here. For the Warriors, Juan Toscano Anderson is out. Damian Lee is a game-time decision, and Eric Paschal is also out. For the Wizards, Thomas Bryant and Rui Hachimura are both out, so a little interesting there. Alrighty. Okay, so this Warriors team looking pretty good. You know, one thing we like about this Warriors team is that they always rise to the occasion. They will always get it done here. Pretty tough game here for both these teams just because they're both kind of, you know, looking to kind of get into this play-in tournament. The Warriors at the 9th seed in the West. The Wizards the 11th seed in the East trying to get in. So both teams needing to win this game to kind of get their playoff positioning good or even try to get into a playoff positioning picture with, like that Wizards team. So I think we're going to go with the Warriors -2. I can always trust Steph Curry. Besides Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook, I mean, there's just nothing great on that Wizards team. At least for this Warriors, I can kind of consistently count on Draymond Green. I can count on Andrew Wiggins. I can't always count on Kelly Oubre Jr., but he's there. And, you know, he is kind of a decent scoring threat when he's on. For that Wizards team, besides Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook, we're looking at Davis Bertans, Rui Hachimura, but we just said he's out, so a little unfortunate there. So we're going to take this Warriors team -2. Let's see if Steph Curry is truly, you know, making an MVP case. Like we said, for him to win MVP, he needs to at least be number 6 there in the Western Conference. So he does have to start winning games consistently. This is a winnable game, so we're going to bet on the MVP that he goes out there and does MVP things. Warriors -2. We love it. Alrighty, then we get the Bulls and the Cavs. Bulls -2.5, Cavs +2.5. Alrighty. For the Bulls, Zach LaVine is out like we've known, and Troy Brown is a game-time decision. For the Cavs, just Dylan Windler and Damian Dotson. So everybody's going to go for basically both these teams except for Zach LaVine. But the Bulls have been winning without Zach LaVine. Kind of crazy. And we just saw this Cavs team kind of be a little lackluster. There 2 games ago when we bet on them and they ended up losing. Jared Allen just didn't have a good game. Can always count on Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. We'll see what Kevin Love does. Larry Nance Jr. is good to go as well. So we're going to stay away from this one. Let's see if this Bulls team is true kind of, you know, competitors now. If Zach LaVine, you know, being out like helps this team for some reason. So we'll stay away from Bulls Cavs. Just a little bit too tight here for us to call. Although, if I had to bet it, I think I would go Bulls -2.5 if I had to bet the game. All right, let's keep moving on here. 76ers and the Suns. Ooh, Suns -1, 76ers +1. Tough, tight spread here. But let's see who's all in and out here. Dario Saric is a game-time decision for the Suns, so that's definitely going to be needed for that Suns. They need that kind of firepower off the bench. And then for the 76ers, Tobias Harris is a game-time decision, and Ben Simmons is a game-time decision. Truly interesting there. If one of those players is not playing, I'm taking the Suns in this game all day. I still think I am taking the Suns all day, honestly. All right, Nicholas Claxton is out Wednesday. Let's keep that in mind if the Score Mobile's not saying that. Dario Saric went through shooter on Wednesday, so he'll probably be good to go. He is a game-time decision, like we've said, but I think he should be able to go here. And for that, I'm ready to kind of bet on this Suns team, man. They just went and beat the Bucks the other day in overtime by 1 point. I think the 76ers team is better than the Bucks, but I think the Suns are just overall better than the 76ers team, honestly. I can count on, you know, Devin Booker. We just said that, you know, he passed 9,000 points, you know, one of the youngest players in NBA history to do so. We know he's a true kind of baller out here. DeAndre Ayton can get it done. They're decently deep off this bench. The 76ers, I mean, yeah, they got Joel Embiid, and yeah, they've got And yeah, they got Tobias Harris for their main scoring output, but then, Seth Curry, Danny Green doesn't get us any really kind of consistent points. Off the bench, we can rely on Shake Milton for the points, and we can rely on Dwight Howard for the rebounds, but that's really it. So I'm going to take the Suns team. We're going to bet with them. We're going to trust them to get it done today. Let's see how well DeAndre Ayton kind of handles Joel Embiid down low, because if you can close out him down low, same thing with Jay Crowder. Let's put him back in the starting lineup at number 4, and let's just lock up Joel Embiid, because if you don't have Joel Embiid, you're going to have to rely on everybody else to get it done outside shooting wise, and I'm not going to rely on Seth Curry and Danny Green to really kind of put up all the points there needed, since Joel Embiid could potentially be locked up down low. So let's go Suns -1 tonight over the 76ers. Then we get the Thunder and the Pacers. Thunder +9, Pacers -9. I'm going to tell you right now, we're staying away from this one, honestly. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is still out for the Thunder. Luguentz Dort is a game-time decision for the Pacers. Doug McDermott's a game-time decision. Miles Turner's back out. We know he's out for the rest of the season. Sabonis is still out, so there's just nothing great on either of these teams. This spread is wild for what it is, honestly. I would go Thunder +9, honestly. I think we may go Thunder +9. Sabonis being out for the Pacers. What are we doing? Miles Turner, we're going to trust Karis LeVert and Malcolm Brogdon? Is that what we're going to do? Where this Thunder team has kind of played without all of their players basically this entire season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's been out for like 2 months. I mean, kind of wild. Maybe a month. Maybe I exaggerated a little bit, but I'm going to stay away from this one. Way too wild. Way too many game time decisions. Way too many outs. No good players. All the superstars are out of this game. We'll stay away from it. All right, Nets Raptors. Nets +4, Raptors +4. Something's wonky here. I'm gonna take a guess before we look that Kyrie Irving is not playing. He's gonna rest because he played last night, which would be the ultimate lame thing to do. But let's see what we get here. All right, for the Nets, Kevin Durant out, James Harden out, Chris Chiozza's out, and Nicholas Claxton is still out. Oh. Okay, Kyrie Irving is playing, so I don't understand why the Nets are +4 here against this Raptors team. For the Raptors, Rodney Hood is out, Paul Watson's out, so their bench will be a little lackluster, but overall, at the end of the day, the Nets +4 is calling me a little bit. If they didn't play last night and Kyrie Irving didn't kind of, exhaust all of his talent last night in the clutch, we would probably take the Nets here, but it's Kyrie Irving on a back-to-back. I don't think he kind of gives it his all. So we'll stay away from that one. Nets, Raptors. But let's go to the Jazz and the Rockets now. Rockets, Jazz -11.5, Rockets +11.5. We can't take this Rockets team. They always flounder in the fourth quarter, even with everybody good to go. Sterling Brown is out. Daniel House Jr., Eric Gordon is out for the Rockets. And then Ersan Ilyasova is a game-time decision for the Jazz. And Donovan Mitchell, like we know, is out. So we'll stay away from this one. Not going to swallow the 11.5 there for the Jazz. And definitely not going to trust the Rockets because, like we said, they do not get it done in the fourth quarter. They flounder in the fourth quarter, folks. All right, then we get the Hawks and the Knicks. All righty, Hawks, Knicks. We just saw the Hawks beat the Magic last night. So here we go. Danilo Gallinari is a game time decision, and we just saw that he is not going to go, right? Did we just see that? Yeah, he is out. So thank you, NBA Fantasy Labs, for being a little bit more on top of it than the Score Mobile. That's why we always go here to kind of back up what we're seeing. So, Danilo Gallinari is out. Chris Dunn is out. Cam Reddish is out. Tony Snell is a game-time decision for the Hawks. And then for the Knicks, Alec Burks is a game-time decision. So, we're going to stay away from this one. I do like the Hawks -1.5 here against this Knicks team. But let's see what they can do, especially with Danilo Gallinari back out. Is Lou Williams going to be able to put up another back-to-back 20-plus point performance to help off that bench? I don't know. So, we'll stay away from this one. Hawks, Knicks. The Knicks did not play last night, correct? Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, we'll stay away from this one. Knicks, Hawks. All right, then we get the Pistons and the Mavericks. Pistons +10.5, Mavericks -10.5. Once again, probably a game we'll stay away from. We can't really trust this kind of Pistons team. No matter who's in and who's out, it doesn't really matter. They kind of get it done whenever they want. So we can't get a real gauge on this Pistons team. Killian Hayes is out. Dennis Smith is a game-time decision. And then for the Mavericks, Tim Hardaway Jr. is a game-time decision, and Tyrell Terry's out. So we'll stay away from this one. Can only rely on Luka Doncic. This 10-point spread, I'm not swallowing the 10 for the Mavericks. Heat Spurs. Heat +1, Spurs -1. Alrighty. Is Victor Oladipo finally back? No, he is out. Jimmy Butler's a game-time decision. Bam Adebayo's a game-time decision. Tyler Hero's a game-time decision for the Heat. And Trey Lyles is out for the Spurs. So I'm going to assume everybody plays for this kind of Heat team. They kind of, well, maybe not because the spread is only +1. Kind of a little weird there. But we're going to stay away from this one. Can't really get a true gauge on this Heat team. We saw Bam Adebayo hit the game-winning shot over the Nets, and then we saw them beat the Rockets badly by 20+. That was without kind of all their good players. So actually we're going to go the Heat +1 here. I'm going to assume that Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo are going to play. They had a nice little kind of day off, right? The last game was Monday, today's Wednesday, so they did have the day off between the games. Let's see if Bam Adebayo is good to go, and we'll see the Heat win +1. I think that's pretty good value. I mean, this Spurs team isn't anything great, and this Heat team is ready to kind of, make their final push for some solid playoff positioning, because I can guarantee you they don't want to be where they're at right now at the number 7 seed, having to face the Nets first round. They got to try and get, 6, 7. They got to try and get into the top 6 here to try and face either the Bucks or the Knicks or the Hawks or the Celtics. They match up way better against those teams than they do against the Nets. So we are going to bet that the Heat +1 tonight. I think that's pretty solid. All right, last 3 games up here. Nuggets, Blazers. Nuggets -1.5. Blazers +1.5. Damian Lillard is playing, thank goodness. Definitely need a big old win here. Austin Rivers is a game-time decision, so we'll see if he makes his debut. We know he's only on a 10-day contract, so, time is ticking. Monte Morris is out, so they're going to have to kind of rely on Furkan, is it, who is it, Furkan Korkmaz? Who are they, who do they have to rely on because no Monte Morris? Let me check that really quickly. Facundo Campazzo. That's right. So they're going to have to rely on Facundo Campazzo. I would assume Austin Rivers plays, especially without Monte Morris tonight here for the Nuggets. And then for the Blazers, Damian Lillard is a game-time decision, but he is going to play. So, gonna be a good one here. Nuggets, Blazers. Can't bet the Blazers just quite yet, folks. Can't bet them even against this Nuggets team without no Jamal Murray. Jokic gets it done. Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and Campazzo's pretty solid out there. Just kind of needs to be a game manager. Same thing with Austin Rivers if he comes off the bench. So, we're gonna stay away from this one. All right, then we get the Grizzlies and the Clippers. Grizzlies +2, Clippers -2. Clippers on that back-to-back. Oh, my God. Jonas Valanciunas is out for the Grizzlies in the concussion protocol. Dylan Brooks is a game-time decision, and Jaren Jackson's a game-time decision. For the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is still out, and Serge Ibaka is a game-time decision, so we'll see if he's back in the lineup. But back-to-back for the Clippers. Jonas Valanciunas being out for the Grizzlies, that's a huge piece out for them. They're going to have no good big now, so we'll have to stay away from them with the Clippers in that back-to-back going down to the wire last night. And then the last game, the Timberwolves and the Kings back-to-back, so we'll stay away from that because we just saw that game play out last night. So we're not even interested in taking that, honestly. So that's what we have for our moneymaker today. Warriors -2, Suns -1, in the Heat +1. So feeling pretty solid here. Just kind of, low spread night. Warriors -2 is the biggest spread that we have. So just kind of picking some winners out here. Warriors -2, Suns -1, Heat +1. Alrighty, let's head over to our NFL draft prospect countdown. We're not looking at a new NFL draft prospect today, like we've said, but we want to kind of take a little bit of a relook at Justin Fields. I mean, he's kind of this one quarterback that like half of the people are saying that he's going to be absolutely great in this league, and then half of the people are saying that he's an absolute bust. Now, we have looked at, Justin Fields in our draft prospect of the day, and we liked him. I mean, These were the notes that we took on him. I mean, we loved his red zone accuracy. It was fantastic, placing the ball high and away, getting it done in the red zone, so we loved that. We love his speed. He's like Kyler Murray comp speed-wise. That's kind of what we've been determining looking at his highlights. The one thing that we really don't like on this man is that, well, there's two things that we don't like on this man. What we don't like, what we see on the field, is that he doesn't slide. He doesn't like to get down, and, that's fine. I love that because, it shows that, you're a true competitor. You're trying to do everything you can in every single play. You will sacrifice your body on every single play, but you really can't do that at the quarterback position. I mean, we've seen, quarterbacks, Teddy Bridgewater unfortunately got taken down, had to, got injured and, now is backups and, can't even keep a starting job with the Panthers, even though I think he truly deserved to get another shot here this season, going into the season with the Panthers of being the starting quarterback. But, that injury there, I'm blanking on the big one. RG3, I mean, he just can't, he's too athletic for his own good. We see him try to get back out there and it just doesn't work. He injures himself because he goes too quickly and cuts too good. So we see, these athletic quarterbacks that maybe just are a little bit too good for their own good, honestly. And I think that could possibly be Justin Fields a little bit because he doesn't slide. He takes the big hits. He spins a lot to the right, to the inside right. That's the way he spins. Inside right. And that's going to get his kind of head taken off a couple of times if he continues to do that in the league. So he doesn't slide, spins right inside every single time. So let's see if he kind of cleans that up a little bit, sliding, getting out of bounds like Patrick Mahomes and Russell Westbrook. They use their kind of dual threat ability just kind of for escapability purposes, not kind of, I want to rally off 40 yards quick, clean like Kyler Murray does, like Lamar Jackson does. Got to kind of see him kind of just use his legs as kind of, the last case scenario, the best case scenario, and kind of, a garbage broken down play, just trying to get, the first down, nothing more, just trying to, pick up the first down, get into the end zone if I'm on like the 5 or something like that. But it's a small, I don't even want to count it as a knock. It's just a small little red flag that I have on this man. That's really it. And then maybe the little bit of a bigger red flag is that we're going to investigate right here is, in these big games, in the biggest games, the bowl games in college, the playoffs in college, the national championships in college, that's where we saw Justin Fields' worst games come out. Now, when you're drafting a rookie player, quarterback, or any other position, you just want them to kind of come in and instantly improve your team, prove that they can, contribute some wins, whether it's 1, 2, 3, however many wins you need to, at least get into the playoffs and be competitive for a season. That's what, we want our rookies coming in to kind of do year one. Now, we also, when we take a first round pick, we have, we have hopes that you can lead our teams to the championship. I mean, that's what we play the games for, to be the best, to win the championship at the end of the season. So if we are bringing in Justin Fields here, we do have to kind of see that he is able to get it done in the biggest games, in these playoff games, in these bowl games, in these championship games in college, because if he wasn't able to step up in college, is he going to be able to step up when the talent's even, 1,000 times better than it was in college? So that's a little bit of a red flag that like I said, we are going to investigate a little bit here in our second look of Justin Fields, because here we go in 2020. Big Ten championship game against Northwestern. They win the game, but 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 44% completion percentage, 114 yards. That's an atrocious game as a quarterback. That is not going to get it done in the NFL. And then in the championship game against Alabama, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, but still 51% completion percentage, 194 yards, kind of a blowout offensively. I mean, Alabama had no problem putting up 52 points, and I know their roster is truly stacked talent-wise. I get all that. I mean, that's why I don't even like Mac Jones. I don't like Mac. I would not draft Mac Jones. I truly wouldn't, because he had a stacked roster. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, and then their running back Najee Harris. I mean, that is an absolute. We're talking about the first running back and first wide receiver taken in this year's draft. I mean, on the same team. So little bit of a red flag there in 2020, and then we go to 2019. If I can get to there. 2019. So the Big Ten championship game against Washington, he had, success in, but then that first game of the college playoffs, losing against Clemson, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. I know the game-sealing interception at the end of that Clemson game, potentially on the receiver. Also, unfortunately, receiver maybe took a little bit too long. He ended up cutting back outside and falling down, and then Justin Fields expected him to go inside. That's where that interception came. So, truly unfortunate that he lost the game like that, but still at the end of the day, he lost the game. So we have to kind of count it against him a little bit. He did have 65% completion percentage, which is pretty good, and 320 yards, which is still pretty good. Unfortunately, just ended up in a loss. So maybe not too much in 2019, but then just this season, 2020, two bad games in a 3-game stretch of, 3 hard, good games that you really need to, win to kind of prove us that you're really, really good in this league, that you separate yourself above everybody else that is in college. So that's where a little bit of red flags come against Justin Fields. We see that he can make all the throws here, but let's see how he played in those 2 games that we just kind of brought up a little bit of concerns in. The bowl game against Northwestern, the championship game against Alabama, really kind of lackluster performances there. So let's kind of go back to those 2 games here. We've got every drop back by Justin Fields in those 2 games that we just told you were kind of, a little bit of red flag raisers for us. So let's see what he's doing here. Let's watch every drop back. Let's see if they're all his fault on these drops, how well he's placing the ball. I mean, we're talking about good defense here. Northwestern in the Big Ten, solid defense. Alabama, one of the best teams, obviously, in college football. So here we go. We'll start here with Alabama because this is the one I really want to get into. Hopefully we'll have time in the show for both these clips, but if we only have to settle on this one, maybe do the other one tomorrow or something like that. But definitely want to get in this one first because we're talking about a championship game. We're talking about, hey, winner take all. You played all season for this. Now it's down to the nitty gritty. Let's get it done. Let's be winners. Can we be winners? I'm talking winners here. I only want to see winning in the NFL, man. Are you going to be like Phillip Rivers? Are you going to be like Tom Brady? Are you going to get it done and have the stats, or are you just going to have the stats and not get it done? I want to see you get the stats, get it done. I really just want to see you get it done, but if you have the stats with it, fantastic, obviously. So here we go. Justin Fields from the championship game against Alabama, every single drop back of Justin Fields. So let's start kind of picking this man apart, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty, first play here from Justin Fields. Drop back. Just a little bit of a swing pass out here. Defender reads it all the way. Kind of just gets up and knocks the ball out. So not really too much on Justin Fields' fault here. Just kind of, unfortunately got batted up. The defender made a great play. All right, second play up here. Here we go. Still dropping back. Can't really escape the pocket, and then gets brought down from behind. Kind of, didn't see anything open, and I hate that we can't see the back end on these plays if he should have thrown this ball, unfortunately. We are just going with this highlight package, or not even it's not a highlight package. It's every single drop back. So takes a sack there, unfortunately. Now we get to 2nd and 4 here. Drop back pass. Another kind of set up wide receiver screen there, and it goes for only about 2 yards. All right, 1st and 10. Down 7-0. Going over the middle of the field, and it's a high throw that's just incomplete. So we've really seen nothing. I mean, the setup screen, that's nothing good. The setup swing pass couldn't even get completed. Now kind of his first true pass here in this kind of Alabama game, he goes a little high over the middle. Can't. I mean, that's wide open slant, man. That's a wide open slant. You probably at least get a first down here on 1st and 10. I mean, that's easy. He catches it like right here. He's able to kind of slip into kind of some of the space, and that's 10 yards easy right there. So really kind of bad there. Little bit of an incompletion. Not great. Alrighty, dropping back again. 2nd and 10. Going deep. There we go. Great strike on the sideline, right sideline. Fantastic work. That's a great ball right there. All right, next throw coming up on 2nd and 10. Same drive here. Going deep, middle of the field. And, oh, what a ball and what a catch. Holy cow. Woo-hoo-hoo. Who is that tight end? Man, can he rival Kyle Pitts down there? Probably not, but gosh darn, that's a great throw. Even a better catch, honestly. Justin Fields putting this absolutely on the money, exactly where it has to be, right over that defender, inside where there's nobody in there, and the receiver just makes an absolutely great one-handed catch. So great ball, great throw. We'll give it to Justin Fields there. Now that drive caps off on a touchdown, not by Justin Fields, just kind of running it in for the touchdown there down on the goal line, so that's why we didn't see it there. But it is now 14-7, Ohio State back down 7, so Justin Fields once again has to kind of lead his team down into prime scoring territory like we just saw him do last drive. So let's see what we get here. Start of the second quarter as well. Justin Fields starting on his own 20. Great little 13-yard pickup on a nice little comeback route in the middle of the field. Fantastic. Put it right on the money. Alrighty. 2nd and 7 now. Feeling a little bit of the heat. Escaping the pocket. Keeping his eyes down the field and then just throwing it away when he sees nothing open. All right, 3rd and 7 now. Still down 14. This is the same drive. Down 14-7. He goes over the middle. Little bit of a floater, and it does get there. Wow. Wow, just got it there. That's a great ball, fitting that in tight throws, tight spaces, and on really kind of collapsing defense. He had to step up in the pocket, kept his eyes down the field, and put it exactly on the money. That was tight man coverage with another defender coming right over the top, and he's able to fit it in there for the first down, so we'll give him that pass all day. Here we go. After picking up the first down, now 2nd and 9. At midfield, pressure gets there, and he just kind of flings it away. No intentional grounding, just kind of gets it away cleanly. But that brings up 3rd and 9. Can he convert this one? Let's see. Another 3rd down attempt here. Ooh, the pressure got there, and look what happened. He sees this defender, this linebacker blitzing in, and he's got a free freaking path at a big old Justin Fields freaking hit if Justin Fields did not throw this ball away. So, feels the heat coming, tries to dump it down to his safety blanket, but once again, the pressure getting to him, it forces bad accuracy, and it's an incomplete pass on 3rd and 9. They have to punt now, I'm assuming. Something happens here. Oh, well, they get it. They get it. Let's see. Can we go into the... They pick it up on 4th and 9 somehow, not by Justin Fields. So, they pick up the first down. And now we're continuing to drive here at the Alabama 19-yard line, still down 7. So let's see if now, given a second chance here on this drive, if Justin Fields can take advantage. Let's see what we get. All right, dropping back, clean pocket. Oh, man. Decent ball here, just kind of a little overrun, unfortunately, by the defender. Let's see how good this ball is. It did kind of hang in the air a little bit. If the defender got his head around, if the defender actually played this ball, it's probably at least a breakup, possibly a pick, but the defender just overruns him, never gets his head around on the ball, and just commits pass interference on the goal line. So I'll give Justin Fields in the grand scheme of things, I mean, it resulted in a penalty and got him down to the goal line because of that, but not a great pass here by Justin Fields. I keep calling that man Trevor Lawrence. Not a bad throw here by Justin Fields. If that defender was better, I mean, that's an awful job by a cornerback. Who teaches you to do that? All right, but either way, whatever happened there, I'm going to call it just a meh throw. Nothing great there. Kind of a little bit of a bailout, honestly. Yeah, I mean, it results in a pass interference down on the goal line, and then they run it in. Justin Fields, Jesus Louise, Justin Fields does not cap in that touchdown. So, Justin Fields back out on the field here, back down a touchdown. Now this defense cannot stop Alabama, the stacked Alabama team. So here we go. Ohio State back down 21-14 now. Let's see what Justin Fields can do here. 2nd and 7 on their next drive. All right, this time running for it now. Nothing open, taking off. He's got great speed, man. He's got real great speed at the quarterback position. Fantastic. All right, alrighty, now we see that they're down at the 16-yard line of Alabama. 3rd and 11 here in the red zone. Let's see what this man can do. Here we go. In the red zone, going over the middle, and a big shot there. Holy cow. Slant route there that was open, but that safety was shallow, man. He was coming down, and Justin Fields leads his tight end into some dangerous territory here. Tough throws to make over the middle of the field with the safety barreling down. Unfortunately, couldn't squeeze it in there. And do they get a big hit? They get a flag on this one? They throw the flag on the hit. Wow, another bailout by Justin Fields a little bit. That was 3rd and 11, man. Another bailout by penalty. Alrighty. Is that a deserved penalty? I mean, it's a big hit. It's a big hit. I don't know. We don't get a replay if it was helmet to helmet. That's real tough to call. That's real tough. It kind of looks like shoulder, but unfortunate. But whatever was called, that was called. Justin Fields kind of a bailout here against Alabama. All right, back on the red zone here from the 8. Oh, man, bad throw here. You've got kind of decent one-on-one coverage, but the corner on this man was backed off in the end zone, not giving up any really kind of, I'll give you those 5 yards because I know this ball is coming in the back of the end zone, and Justin Fields just throws it way too high and away. He threw it high and away, which is good, but, didn't give your receiver a chance at a completion here. All right, back on 3rd and goal on the red zone from the 6. Ooh, bad throw here. Potential of a pick. Potential of no points. Once again, these slant routes, he's just overthrowing these slant routes. We saw it earlier on. We saw this one. The other one that kind of, got the tight end into some bad trouble. Wasn't high and away, or wasn't a high throw, that one. But this one is back to high throws over slants. And this one, a potential pick in the end zone. Not great there, man. Not great. They have to settle for a field goal. Alabama went on and scored another touchdown. So Justin Fields isn't able to kind of keep pace, and he's been in the red zone to keep pace. Just can't get it done in there. So little bit of not goodness here, folks. Let's keep going. All right, back down 28-17 here. Following drive, 1st and 10. Set up wide receiver screen, and they can't even complete this. Justin Fields, little lackadaisical on the screen, not backpedaling. Trying to sell it a little bit too good here. And then it comes off last second. Let's see the throw here. Has to kind of fit it in there a little wonky. And, bad job on the, running back not corralling the ball. Got to catch that, no matter what, but still could have put it a little bit easier on him. Had to kind of sidewind it, couldn't loft it. Unfortunate. So a bad pass there by Justin Fields again. 2nd and 10, next play. Going deep. Kind of got tipped at the line a little bit. I think that's got tipped. Kind of came out a little weird. Maybe it didn't get tipped. But, let's just judge this throw. Saying if it's not tipped, it's one-on-one coverage and, not really a great ball here. Not really high and away. A little bit too much inside. This defender has great inside positioning, and the receiver has to go out and play the defender. Not great there. Luckily, it just falls incomplete. No pick. That could have been easily a pick, but now 3rd and 10. Can he get this first down? Can he try to keep pace? No, he can't. Takes the check down route that is absolutely well covered. Why not throw the ball right here real quick? Right here. This is when you see it's open. This is when you see it's open. This is when you see it's open. But Justin Fields does not see it. It's immediately open when this defender goes with this receiver. This tight end right here in the slot is looking back like, hey, I'm wide open for the first down. There's nobody guarding me. But Justin Fields takes the check down for the not first down play. Unfortunate. So really floundering here in this kind of national championship game. Now they get the ball back. Another touchdown scored by that Alabama team. So now they're down 35-17. But Justin Fields has a minute 25 to try and get something back on this play to try to make it a little bit more competitive. Get some of that momentum going into the locker room. Let's see what this man can do. 2nd and 7 here from their own 28-yard line. 2nd and 7. Justin Fields dropping back. Decides to take off with it. Only 2-3 yards there. 3 yards, a flag, another bailout. Is he going to get a bailout there? They got a flag on something, gave him a first down. But whatever it is, they get the first down. Something happened. Well, something happened. We get a big jump here of no Justin Fields. I'm so sorry for calling this man Trevor Lawrence. It's just stuck in my head for some reason. But Justin Fields here, we go from his run play in the second quarter with a minute 19 left, and then the next play of Justin Fields here is the third quarter, 7 minutes left. Alabama went down and scored another field goal. Now they're up 38-17. But let's see what Justin Fields is doing here in the second half. Can he lead them to a comeback? Let's see how this man's looking here. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. There we go. Good throw here. Defenders all bit on a little bit of a wheel route there. Puts it right on the money. Maybe a little bit too outside here. If he puts it kind of right on the money in stride, he's able to kind of, get a nice, probably an extra 10 yards on that one. All right, read option here by Justin Fields. There he goes. Great speed. Once again, not game-breaking speed. He's not like Lamar Jackson out there. I mean, Lamar Jackson would have just taken this all the way. This is enough room for Lamar Jackson to break away. He's running down all these safeties as well. He's running past those, no problem. But, I mean, it's still great speed. We're not knocking his speed. It's still great speed. Back here in the red zone, little bit of a fall away. There we go. Great throw there. Fantastic work. Fantastic throw here. Absolutely. Falling back a little bit. throwing off of his back foot, and he's still able to get all that freaking yards on that, all that kind of float around it, throwing it from the right hash all the way to kind of, you know, the left side of the field, midway down in that end zone. So fantastic there. Realizes that double move killed the defender there and just kind of floats it so the receiver can run under the ball, and that's exactly what he did right there. Fantastic work. Alrighty, that's what we're talking about. The double move killed him right there. Fantastic. So that's a good throw. Fantastic. But finally, a good throw. This is the best throw that he's made all game. And it came, you know, halfway into the game when they're already down 35-17. So now Alabama went down and scored another touchdown. Now they're up 45-24. Can Justin Fields try to keep up pressure here? Let's see. Rolling out of the pocket on his own 25-yard line. Just rolling out of the pocket, a little bit of a comeback route there on the sideline. It's a good throw. It's a little bit of an easier throw there. All right, he runs again. He's sliding here in the national championship game. That's what we like to see. Wide receiver screen here. Goes nowhere. Loss of 2. 3rd and 13. Wow. Wow. All right. He stared this receiver down all the way, but this is where he knew he wanted to go with the ball. He knew this is kind of where it was going to be open for the first down if they were going to get it all back. So it's still a good throw. He still got it there all the way from the right side to the left sideline. So this man's got some real great arm strength. The ball did hang in the air a little bit longer than maybe what you would want if the defender was kind of playing tight coverage on it. It would probably be a breakup or a pick, but, you know, it's still a great arm, you know, strength to get it there, you know, 13 yards down the field, across the field, got it there decently fast before anybody can kind of break on the ball, so we'll take that. That's still a good throw. All right, picking up the first down, rolling out to the right. All right, just a, you know, easy little comeback route. You know, defense is, you know, giving you the 10 yards here. He's going deep on the next ball. It's just tightly covered. It's a decent, you know, decent chance at it. You know, giving your receiver a decent chance. I don't know if he would have been able to get 2 feet in bounds or 1 foot in bounds, but still a decent chance there. Little check down here over the middle of the field. They bring him down immediately. 3rd and 10 now. Stepping up in the pocket. Nice ball right on him. Tight coverage. All right. Very well done. Shoring up it kind of his accuracy here with the pressure. Yes, sir. Using his legs on 3rd and 5. That nice little hesitation move. Look at that. Oof. So true dual threat quarterback. Absolutely. From the 30. Once again, a nice little comeback route again. Trying to get something open. Methodically marching down this field right here from the 20-yard line. There we go. A nice little kind of out route there. Nice little kind of post corner. Fantastic. And he puts it right on the money. Once again, kind of throwing it from the right hash all the way down to the left sideline at the very edge there. And he's able to get the ball out there quick. So his arm kind of accuracy and his the velocity that he's able to throw the ball, the velocity power that he's able to throw the ball, I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. Throwing it from the right side all the way to the left side and getting it there quick. Getting the ball there quick. Look at that. Great adjustment by the wide receiver as well. That's fantastic. This is the best ball that we've seen thrown all night. I mean, fantastic. Great ball. Great ball. Oh, but it doesn't count? Oh, did they say he didn't get 2? What happened? I called that one incomplete. He didn't get a foot down? That's not a touchdown? What the hell happened there? Damn, the best throw of the night didn't count. Is that what we're seeing? 2nd and 4. What did they call? What the hell did they call in this game? Taking away the best throw. Did he just not get a foot down? He did. Oh, I'm pissed that throw didn't count. Wow. Back to 3rd and 4. That throw didn't count. Unfortunate. Nice little check down there. Gets it for the first down. We'll take it. Back in the red zone now. Got to capitalize here. Here we go. Ooh, a little bit too much. Try to get it a little bit too fine on this one. Just looks like the receiver missed it. Put it in a great spot, though. Read option. unfortunately tries to force it in on a tight coverage. Can't really run the ball. I mean, look at all these defenders. So I mean, I get the throw here. It is kind of a good throw here, but it is still tight coverage, and the defender right on him makes a great play on the ball. Fantastic. 3rd and goal here now, back from the 6, back of the end zone. Did he get it? No, incomplete. This one, he's trying to squeeze the ball in here. Great work. Look at that. Look at that ball. That man is squeezing some of these balls in here. Looks like he got a foot down. Do they give it to him? Do they give him the... No, 4th and goal now. Another chance at a touchdown here. He's going to use his legs to buy some time, and oh, man, receiver couldn't catch the ball even though he puts it right on the money, right in his hands. Velocity maybe a little bit too much for this man. Look at that. That's got to be a catch. How is that not caught? Unfortunate, man. Oh, Justin Fields, man, oh, man, did not get bailed out by like Mac Jones did with all those great, talented wide receivers on that Alabama team. So, alrighty. Let's see out here, closing out the game, getting brought down by a sack. Game's over here, 52-24 with only 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Let's finish it out here. Just a little dump off there to the running back. Drop back. Getting brought down for the sack. And that's it. So, I mean, he made some good throws there. I mean, he could make all the throws. That's not what we're saying about this man. We love the velocity. I mean, he's throwing from the right side all the way to back to the left. I mean, you know, getting it open, getting it there, getting it quickly before anybody can kind of make a play on the ball. But, I mean, he didn't do anything great in the first half of this game, and it got them to be down big. So, he's a good quarterback. I like the throws. I like all the throws that we've seen him make. I mean, they were great. I mean, we're talking about the one on the end zone that probably should have went for a touchdown. I'm not really sure why still that it wasn't counted a touchdown, but for all intents and purposes, it was a touchdown. It was a good throw. It was a great catch. It was right exactly where it needed to be, and it should have been a touchdown. Truly unfortunate for Justin Fields here. So, didn't like that, you know, some of the throws that he was making. You know, some dangerous throws early on in the game, got down big, couldn't really kind of keep up scoring-wise on the other team. So a little unfortunate there. And so I'm still kind of, you know, 50-50 on this man can really play or not. I know he can make all the throws, but in these big games, takes a little bit of a while to kind of get, you know, into the rhythm of these games. And, you know, if you're going to get down, I mean, it's hard to overcome some of these big deficits. We just see him not able to do it here in the biggest game against Alabama. So we'll watch Justin Fields tomorrow on the show. We're going to wrap up the show now, but so we'll have part 2 if Justin Fields can actually play or not, if our takes on Justin Fields are warranted, verified or not. But not the greatest here in this Alabama game. He made a couple of good throws, don't get us wrong, but in the grand scheme of things, it still results in a loss. So truly unfortunate. Alrighty, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Let's see if anything has broken as we were live. Anything has broken if we were live. Does not appear to be so. Does not appear to be so. Alrighty, so we will see you tomorrow. And we'll be breaking down... we will be breaking down Justin Fields again, seeing what he was doing in that Northwestern game. Alrighty, folks, we're out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening, and we're back.